6, I'm Shane Seeley, and this is the CBC Morning Report. Recently, I've been getting scores of calls about an interview that people think I did with Barbadian megastar and national hero Rihanna while I was host on Morning Barbados. As much as I would like that, it did not happen. Now, the story allegedly reported by one of the local online news sources, which is also not the case, let me just say that, speaks to the now billionaire telling me about her involvement in the cryptocurrency market. Well, long story short, it's fake news. But for those of you who have clicked that link, some of you have sent it to me as well, you could have opened the door to a cyber attack. Now, to give me some more details about this threat, how could it affect you, you'll find out about that as well from Steve Fung, our tech expert, spending some time with me here on the Morning Report. Steve, good to have you on this morning.
Good morning.
Talk to us about this threat. How does it work? A lot of people, as I said, have been sending this link to me, asking me if this story is real. Obviously, they would have clicked the link. What does that open the door to? What is that the gateway to?
All right, so first thing first, this link or links of this nature are basically social engineering attacks. Basically, all hacks that occur on phones, computers, or even data breaches, credit cards being stolen, or through social engineering attacks. This particular type of attack is called phishing, where you take something popular, a news story, or it doesn't have to be real news. You could use a celebrity. There's one with the Prime Minister actually using her name and her image. There's one with Elon Musk as well. So I guess congratulations, Shane, you're up there with Elon and Mia. They use their images and to lure people into clicking these links. And then once persons click these links, they either are lured into signing up for programs, of which then their information is stolen, or sometimes the link itself contains a payload that can infect the person's computer and steal their information.
What, from your analysis, is the main goal of hackers as they try to get the information? What are they trying to do, and how dangerous can it be for that person who clicks the link? What can they lose?
Well, essentially, data harvesting used to be the initial goal, where persons will look to steal identities, your email password, your Facebook password, your online banking. More recently, they've been searching for persons who may have access to cryptocurrencies. So essentially, any important information, any personal information you store on your computer, your ID card number, which is akin to SS, a social security number, they would try to take advantage of and use to steal your money, steal your lives, take out loans in your name, mess up your reputation. What tends to happen, a lot of these people may use your stolen account to interact with other people to then lure them into the same type of traps that they have.
How do you avoid this situation? What can people do to protect themselves from these hackers?
Well, initially, 99.9% of hacks, like I said, are social engineering, which means it requires consent. A person cannot access or even infect your computer or phone unless you decide to click a link or download a file. So it's very simple as looking at the link structure. In the case of the link that is being sent around with the false Morning Barbados report and Rihanna, you will observe that the link structure has barbadostoday.bb in it, but it isn't barbadostoday.bb.com. It is, let's say, a random website.com/barbadostoday.bb and then the news article. Essentially, if the news source is from Barbados Today, it will be barbadostoday.com or CNN.com, not johnbrown.com/CNN, if you understand. So link structures are important. Also, people tend to get lulled by free giveaways. There was the one with KFC. They usually try to master behind giveaways. It's usually best to get your information from credible sources. If someone sends you a news article, usually there is a caption pop-up in WhatsApp. I personally just Google it myself to see if a credible news source is carrying the same information. If not, there's not a good chance I'm going to click that link and risk infecting myself with malware or spyware or even a attempted phishing attack.
We've been hearing more about these cyber attacks here in Barbados. Even some members of the media, their emails have been hacked. How serious is the situation here as far as you understand, Steve?
Well, I know there are certain breaches in the banks currently where persons' debit and credit cards have been accessed via these types of attacks. Which I failed to mention just now, at least for the aspect of your online banking, for your social media accounts, there's something called two-factor authentication, which regardless of if the person steals your information, you usually have 2FA assigned to your telephone, which means that they would need to have your phone as well as your password to access your account. What happens if you try to log in, it sends a code to your phone. So absent your phone, the perpetrator will not be able to access your information. But you got to remember NASA, Lockheed Martin, the Pentagon, all of them have fallen victim to these type of hacks. The weakest point in any security network is the individual or humans. So it's easier to hack a person than it is to hack the Pentagon, the person that works there, and then use that person to then access. So it is very dangerous, and it can compromise a lot of people and a lot of businesses. So taking cybersecurity very seriously and training for individuals how to avoid these type of attacks is a very necessary element.
Can you give our viewers a three-step method to ensure that they can better protect themselves against cyber attacks?
All right. The first thing I usually do, the Facebook hijacking and Instagram hijacking is a common one. If I receive a message from someone and their speech patterns are irregular or they ask me weird questions and they just drop a link, I usually ask them something that I know personally that only they would know to verify their identity, or I just pick up the phone, give them a call and say, hey, did you just send me this link? Right? To verify I'm not being hoodwinked or bamboozled by a hacker. Number two, the two-factor authentication. Always check your social media accounts, your website accounts, your online banking to see if they have this option, and if they do, take full advantage of it. Also, if they do have it, use the option for your mobile phone and not the option for your email. Because if your email is on the same device as the compromised machines, it allows them to access it easily. And thirdly, I can say just be vigilant. Just pay attention to what is being sent to you. They use a lot of shock, like outrageous news articles about events that may have happened. Rihanna fell down a flight of stairs, or win $1 million, or get something free. They usually try to capture your attention. Usually sometimes when you see these things, it's best to Google and see if this offer is real, or sometimes things being told you may be too good to be true, and to avoid them if you can.
As much as you can, check on Google, and please don't let the first thing that you do is click that link. Thank you so much, Steve. I'm sure that you've helped so many people who have been calling me and who are still receiving this link across the board. Thank you for your time. You stay safe until the next time we chat, because I'm sure that will be very, very soon.
All right, my brother.
Yes, take care. Steve Fong is a tech expert spending some time with me here on the Morning Report, talking about this fake news that has been floating around with a story with myself and Rihanna. It didn't happen. Up next